Saint Monica is assumed to have been born in Thagaste-Preste, Algeria. She is believed to have been a Berber on the basis of her name. She was married early in life to Patricius, a Decurion pagan, in Thagaste. Patricius reportedly had a violent temper and appears to have been of dissolute habits. Apparently his mother exhibited similar behaviors. Monica's almsgiving, deeds and prayer habits annoyed Patricius, but it is said that he always held her in respect. Monica had 3 children who survived infancy, 2 sons, Augustine and Navigus, and a daughter, Perpetua, of Hippo. Unable to secure baptism for them, she grieved heavily when Augustine fell ill. In her distress she asked Patricius to allow Augustine to be baptized. He agreed, then withdrew this consent when the boy recovered. But Monica's relief at Augustine's recovery turned to anxiety as he misspent his renewed life being wayward and, as he himself says, lazy. He was finally sent to school at Medauros. He was 17 and studying rhetoric in Carthage when Patricius died. Augustine had become a Manichaean at Carthage. When, upon his return home, he shared his views regarding Manichaeism, Monica drove him away from her table. However, she is said to have experienced a vision that convinced her to reconcile with him. At this time she visited a certain bishop who consoled her with the words, "The child of those tears shall never perish." Monica followed her wayward son to Rome, where he had gone secretly. When she arrived he had already gone to Milan, but she followed him again. Here she found Ambrose and through him she ultimately saw Augustine convert to Christianity after 17 years of resistance. In his book Confessions, Augustine wrote of a peculiar practice of his mother in which she brought to certain oratories, erected in the memory of the saints, offerings of porridge, bread, water and wine. 6. When she moved to Milan, the Bishop Ambrose forbade her to use the offering of wine, since it might be an occasion of gluttony for those who were already given to drink. So, Augustine wrote of her, in place of a basket filled with fruits of the earth, she had learned to bring to the oratories of the martyrs a heart full of purer petitions, and to give all that she could to the poor, so that the communion of the Lord's body might be rightly celebrated in those places where, after the example of his passion, the martyrs had been sacrificed and crowned. Monica and her son spent 6 peaceful months at Rus Cassicicum, present-day Cassigo Brianza, after which Augustine was baptized by Ambrose in the church of St. John the Baptist at Milan. Monica and Augustine left for Africa and they set out on their journey, stopping at Civitavecchia and at Ostia. Here Monica died, and Augustine's grief inspired his Confessions. Monica was buried at Ostia and at first seems to have been almost forgotten, though her body was removed during the 6th century to a hidden crypt in the church of Santa Aurea in Ostia. Monica was buried near the tomb of Aurea of Ostia. Her tomb was later transferred to the Basilica of Sant'Agostino, Rome. Anicius Orcinius Bassus wrote Monica's funerary epitaph, which survived in ancient manuscripts. The actual stone on which it was written was rediscovered in the summer of 1945 in the church of Santa Aurea. The fragment was discovered after 2 boys were digging a hole to plant a football post in the courtyard beside Santa Aurea. During the 13th century, however, the cult of Saint Monica began to spread and a feast in her honor was kept on the 4th of May. In 1430, Pope Martin V ordered that the relics be brought to Rome. Many miracles are said to have occurred on the way, and the cultus of Saint Monica was definitely established. Later the Archbishop of Rouen, Guillaume d'Estouteville, built a church at Rome in honor of Augustine, the Basilica di Sant'Agostino, and deposited the relics of Saint Monica in a chapel to the left of the high altar. The office of Saint Monica, however, does not seem to have found a place in the Roman breviary before the 16th century. In 1934, in the Dutch city of Utrecht, the order of the Zusters Augustinus and van Sint Monica was founded, doing social work, offering a shelter for women with unwanted pregnancies or women who were the victims of domestic violence or abuse. The sisters also started a number of primary schools. In their heyday the order had 6 convents, in Amsterdam, Utrecht, Sittard, Maastricht, Hilversum and Arnouville on the outskirts of Paris. Since the Hilversum convent, City of God, was closed in 2014, only Utrecht remains as a rest home for the elderly among the sisters, and Casella, a woodland retreat near Hilversum, where young people are still welcome for a meditative sojourn. The city of Santa Monica, California, is named after Monica. A legend states that in the 18th century Father Juan Crespi named a local dripping spring Las Lágrimas de Santa Monica, St. Monica's Tears, today known as the Serra Springs, that was reminiscent of the tears that Monica shed over her son's early impiety. As recorded in his diary, however, Crespi actually named the place San Gregorio. What is known for certain is that by the 1820s, the name Santa Monica was in use and its first official mention occurred in 1827 in the form of a grazing permit. There is a statue of this saint in Santa Monica's Palisades Park by sculptor Eugene Marajan. It was completed in 1934.